Utah is about to change more in the next 5 years than it has in the last 50. And no, this isn't just hype. I'm talking about changes that will affect housing, water, jobs, transportation, taxes, and politics, along with the entire culture of the state. And most people that live here in the state of Utah have no idea what's coming. But these shifts are already in motion. And if you think you know what's happening, trust me, the reality is bigger, faster, and way more disruptive than most people expect. And yes, one of the biggest forces that's transforming the state of Utah is one that very few people are talking about. And I will reveal that one a little bit later. But you clicked on this video because you want to know what's about to happen here in the state of Utah. The good news is it's not fear-mongering, and it's not just that same old video that you've seen over and over again about Utah is growing. This is the real story with the real forces backed by the data, the construction plans, the developer timelines, and the on-ground insights that the average resident just doesn't see. Most people think that Utah's biggest change is simply population growth. That's the belief. More people moving in, more traffic, more building. Simple, right? But the truth, population growth is only the symptom. The real story is about economic reshuffling, national corporate relocation, resource pressure, major public infrastructure overhauls, political restructuring, and a brand new industry that's quietly planting its flag right here in the state of Utah and along the Wasatch Front. Now, I've spent the last several months talking to real estate developers, urban planners, as well as people in the tech sector and many other industries, transportation officials, and yes, even economists who understand what's about to happen, what's coming, long before the public ever finds out. And what they're telling me is not the same thing that most Utahns believe. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 5 massive changes coming to Utah that will impact your wallet, they'll impact your commute, your quality of life, and your lifestyle, as well as your future. And so here's the roadmap. I'm going to talk about population explosion 2.0, not just growth, but who is coming. The Wasatch mega region, the government-backed plan that will reshape the entire state of Utah. Number 3, housing shockwaves. What's about to happen to prices, and more importantly, why? And next, Utah's new economic engine, the industry quietly transforming the state of Utah. And finally, the cultural shift, the part no one wants to talk about, but everyone will feel. And by the end, I'll show you how you can prepare, whether you already live in Utah or you're looking to make that move. It's this preparation that's going to give you the clarity that you need to make sure that you're making the right choices for yourself. So let's start with the foundation, the change that's affecting change in everything else. Okay, number 1 is population explosion 2.0. Because Utah isn't just growing, it's compounding, and there is a difference. In the next 5 years, Utah is projected to cross that 4 million residents mark, and over the next 20 years, we're going to expect to hit over 5.5 million people here in the state. But the bigger story is this: where are these people coming from, and most importantly, why? And look, the new people moving here aren't just Californians. In fact, less than 20% of the people making the move to Utah are from the state of California. They're coming from all over the place. They're remote tech workers from Seattle, Austin, Boston, New York City. They're corporate relocations from the Midwest. They're high-income families escaping mega cities all over the country or even the world. And the average income of new transplants is typically 25 to 40% higher than the Utah average. This single factor alone is going to change and reshape the housing market, school boundaries, political distribution, and job competition. This isn't just growth, this is replacement growth. Utah is quite literally becoming the crossroads of the West and the Mountain West anchor in terms of a population center, similar to what happened in Denver about 20 years ago. And just like Denver, this shift will be fast, dramatic, and irreversible. And my hope as a local Utahn is that we can do it better than Denver did. I believe so firmly that Salt Lake City beats out Denver. I just think it's an amazing place to live, and I'm hoping that we can solve the problems before they happen to make sure that we're doing this wisely. Okay, next up, I want to talk about the Wasatch mega region. Now, along the Wasatch Front, where we live, right in the center of it, we have the Salt Lake City metropolitan area with the Provo-Orem metro down to the south and the Ogden metro area to the north. These 3 interconnected metropolitan areas are actually 3 separate areas, but they're all connected. And there's a long-term multi-agency plan to treat the entire stretch from the top of the Ogden metropolitan area in Brigham City to the very southern point of the Utah County or Provo metropolitan area, all as a single interconnected mega region. This includes unified transit systems, coordinated zoning, high-density transport corridors, concentrated job centers, redesigned freeway systems, and long-term plans for a second major airport. So where will that second major airport be? Could it be Provo? Who knows? I think Provo is probably the place that I would expect the most. And look, we already have examples of this happening right now, but looking into the future, this is really going to transform life along the Wasatch Front. We're already seeing projects like the Point redevelopment near the prison site in Draper. We're seeing UTA's 25-year rail expansion, the Vineyard with Utah City all the way down through the Provo corridor along I-15. We're seeing data center zones going up everywhere, especially out in Eagle Mountain, along with Silicon Slope expansions through Lehigh and all the way up into Draper and all the way in between Salt Lake City and Provo, as well as the massive inland port development just west of Salt Lake City and west of the Salt Lake City International Airport. And this isn't Salt Lake City growing. It's an entire economic belt being built in real time. Utah is creating a Mountain West super region, this mega region that is the Wasatch Front, that will compete with other major metropolitan areas like Denver, like Phoenix, like Dallas. And the biggest surprise, this region, this mega region, isn't being built around housing. It's being built around industry and jobs. People really think that Utah's housing explosion is slowing down, and to some degree it might seem like that is true, but there's more to the story. It's just shifting. Single-family homes are becoming more luxury assets. They're not really starter homes anymore, and townhomes and stacked condos will dominate new development. Also, investors and institutional buyers are circling yet again, and long-term water policy will change where building is even allowed. Expect Chicago-style zoning around high-capacity transit zones as well along the I-15 corridor. And in my opinion, this is the beginning of Utah's housing maturity phase. And prices won't collapse, they'll just redistribute. Some cities will become more unaffordable, while other places will boom and expand overnight. But none of this compares to the industry that's going to change everything. Next, let's talk about Utah's new invisible economic engine. The single biggest economic force that's reshaping Utah and Utah's future is something that most residents don't even see, and that is data centers and the AI revolution and the companies behind them. And what's astonishing to me is how much of a percentage of the S&P 500, or if you just boil it down to the top 5 companies that are doing this, how much reinvestment is being put into this and how much money they're really spending on AI that's just circling through these companies. The economy and the stock market even are being supported by these massive investments, and Utah is right at the heart of things here as well. And we just found out a few months ago that the largest data center campus in the entire world is going to be built right here in Utah. Along with that, we have so many other places where data centers are popping up. And this includes data centers from Meta, Google, Amazon, the NSA and federal expansions, as well as AI training centers and cloud infrastructure hubs. And look, these data centers become long-term anchors. Just like oil towns in Texas or auto cities in Michigan back in the day, Utah is becoming one of the Western United States' digital hubs. Now, there's pros and cons to this. I'm not a big proponent of bringing data centers into the state of Utah. I don't think it's really all that wise. It doesn't create all that many jobs outside of the construction industries that build them. But what I do know is that this is going to change our economy here in the state of Utah for a very long time, if not forever. And all of this leads us to the most controversial change of all. As Utah grows, its identity shifts and grows as well. So what does this look like? Well, it's changing political demographics. It's urban versus rural voting patterns, a shift in the influence of major institutions, a younger, more diverse incoming population, national brands arriving, local businesses struggling or rising, and outdoor access becoming more regulated over time. This isn't about losing culture, it's about integrating new cultures as they move into the state of Utah as well. Utah is becoming more cosmopolitan, more entrepreneurial, and more connected to the national trends. Now look, there's a lot of things to look forward to in the state of Utah, and I do feel that the future of Utah is bright. I think Utah punches well above its weight class to create the best possible place for people to live, to enjoy this wonderful place that I've called home almost my entire life. So let's recap. Utah is on the edge of its biggest transformation ever. A unique population surge that changes income levels and demand. A coordinated mega region reshaping the entire Wasatch Front and the western United States. A restructuring of the housing landscape. A new economic backbone built on data, cloud, and AI infrastructure. As well as a cultural evolution happening faster than anybody expected. You came here and you clicked on this video to understand what's coming and what's happening. And now you know you're ahead of the game, more than 99% of the people, as to what's happening here in Utah. And if you want to dive deeper, if this is the type of content that really helps you, I would love it if you would subscribe to the channel so you can stay in touch. You'll get videos every single week about what's happening here in Utah and how it affects you in your decisions, whether you're moving to or within the state of Utah. And if that is you, my team and I would love to be your real estate resource of choice. Please reach out to us. Let's get the conversation started. You can find my contact information down in the description below, or you can book a video call with me in that link that you'll find in the pinned comment on this and every video. And if you're looking to learn more about life in Utah, check out this playlist next. And until next time, thanks.